10 easy steps to win bot lane solo queue. Master bush control. A lot of supports will sit in a bush constantly poking your AD carry. You can't let this happen. Either ward that brush or just get your ass in there and force them out of it. This then means you're the owner of that bush and can make plays from it. Prepare to be camped. I'm talking their mid lane and jungle is sitting in that tri-bush for 10 minutes, and that Nasa's top just itching to teleport to that well placed ward in your brush. Now camping sucks. It sucks big time. No one likes to be camped, and it will happen a lot as bot lane, especially if you're winning, which you will be. Here's the mindset I want you to have. You see that unwarded river? There's no vision of the enemy jungler or mid laner, right? He has to be in that bush, or that's what we need to assume. So don't push forward, simply stay back farming from a distance until you have vision of them. If you can survive an onslaught of ganks from the jungler or mid lane, your team will be so far ahead because of how much pressure went into your lane. But to counter the gainers of being camped, you need to ward effectively and call your jungler down to counter gank. And, well, simply, don't die. Wards. Now this one is extremely important. You don't ward, you die. You need vision of your tri-bush and river, or just river depending on your colour. But if you're pushed with no wards, it's easy pickings for the enemy jungler. Warding is important for our every game, but for now, we just need to win bot lane. Pick a support and AD carry that complement each other. By this, I mean your bot lane needs some synergy, such as the classic Taric Graves lane. Taric stuns one target, Graves unleashes his EQ combo. Stacked with Taric's aura and Graves' passive, you simply can't counter-engage. Or a Leona Sivir lane. Leona goes deep stunning one enemy, Sivir then throws her Q, already that target is on 40% life. Consider that it needs to work well with the team, so don't take support Zyra when your team has literally no tank. Leona or Thresh would be a viable choice. Zone effectively. Zoning is an important aspect of bot lane. If you have a slight lane advantage such as levels or more HP, then push them away from the creeps. A fantastic way to learn zoning is pick Blitzcrank and go sit in an unwarded brush and watch what happens. They won't go near the creeps or anywhere in hook range. Don't expect help. This is a little obnoxious, I know, but it's true. You simply can't expect help in solo queue. Now don't get me wrong, I almost always will get some help if I need it. But there's always games when the jungler just doesn't like your lane, or your mid just wants to happily push and not gank. So my main point here is don't expect someone else to win your lane. You make it happen yourself. If you're that guy saying, "But Earthrin, we can't trade or fight, we just die," then don't fight, just farm until you can. Now try to keep the idea that your team does not know what you're thinking. If you flash E as Ezreal into the enemy bot lane because you saw an opportunity, then die and blame your support because he didn't follow, he had no idea you planned that. You need to be rational. Before engaging, check out the enemy stats. Be wary of trying to engage knowing your AD carry is a Vamp Scepter compared to the enemy's AD carry with a Vamp Scepter and a BF sword. This goes for levels and mana as well. If you're level 5 and they are 6, an engage would be disastrous, and again if you went in with your AD carry on no mana, his damage output would be extremely low. Minions hurt. Minions do a lot of damage. Before harassing and engaging, check out the minions on both sides. If the enemy lane has way more minions, then wait and do not engage. In drawn out engages you will find that most of the damage comes from minions. Maximize the effectiveness of your summoners and theirs. Your summoners are crucial, and when down you're vulnerable, so we need to make sure we get the most out of them. Me personally, I prefer to save exhaust for when we get engaged upon. That way I can put their AD carry out of action for a few seconds. Try not to waste your flash as it has a huge cooldown and leaves you vulnerable. If you can keep note of the enemy's summoners, it can really help win the lane. An example could be if you flash stunned the enemy AD carry, knowing his flash was already down, it could be an easy kill. Without that knowledge you may just have burnt flash for no real achievement. Do not flame. Yes, I know you have heard this a million times already, but just hear me out. If you go into a game with a friendly mindset, it really boosts your team's chances of winning. Say your top lane gives away first blood. Instead of raging at him and putting that guy down, just say, "Ah, no worries man, it happens." Keep your team happy, compliment them on a kill or a good play. It makes people want to win and play better, and it's just healthier. My name's been Earthrin. If you enjoyed the video then like, share and subscribe.